Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a while since I've had a walk and talk, so I'd like to talk about a little bit about my DIY of my tankless water heater that I just got up and running today. It's been a while, and we were inconvenienced a while, but there's no way I was gonna pay what they're charging to install one of those, and I like the DIY. Okay. There's still a few things I need to do to polish it off, but we got up and running, and I had my first bath in hot water for a little while, and it felt so good. It reminded me of even the quality of the water. I don't know what it is. It reminded me of the baths we used to take when we lived in Japan. The water, it's not a mixture of scalding hot water and cold water to get a mixture that you mix the tub, and it seems to get cold instantly, but I hopped in this, filled up the tub, and it felt so good. Even the water felt, I don't know, reminded me of taking baths in Japan with uniform water. Japan has been using tankless water heaters forever, and I just want to put my 2 cents in for it. I got the Rinnai RU160i something. But anyways, I did it myself, and I don't want to belabor the point, but and I'm out walking, so I can't show you this. I'll maybe show in a later video. My handiwork, or probably a professional would cringe at some of my non-elegant work, but the important thing is that it works, and I've got hot water, and oh my heavens, I'm in heaven. I still have to nothing to do with my work necessarily, but the way I exhausted the system with a 2-inch PVC out the side of the closest wall of the house, it came out right next to my furnace intake and exhaust, and so I have to, by code or whatever, I have to do a kind of a snorkel hose up high, and it's kind of unsightly, and my wife is kind of disappointed in that, but if you can think of anything better to do it, it's not so unsightly. But that's the last of my worries right now. I'll take my time and maybe rethink the termination of that. But that was the closest wall, and it happened to be where everything else comes out of my house, and so you can't have one system exhausting and the other system intaking right next to each other. There has to be a required separation in them. And so, anyways, I'm just so excited to have hot water again. And I was telling my family that this week, or the last couple of weeks, was Modern Convenience Appreciation Week. For a while we didn't even have hot or cold, and we were flushing the toilets with well water, and then I got the cold water running first. Then we were just out without hot water for a while, but I'm telling you, yeah, it is kind of nice every once in a while to, appreciate what we got and appreciate those modern conveniences. Modern Convenience Appreciation Week. So I'm so thrilled, and I'm a big fan already. Just the first bath, and I said, oh my heavens, this is heaven. And a person, we have a lot of people living in our house and right now, and would run out of shower water, maybe 1.5 showers. We would run out of hot water, and it was a 50-gallon tank, I believe. And so I got that eyesore out of there. And oh, one thing, this was a failure on my part. I didn't realize at some point I want to replace the water softener as well, because our old water softener, which I think is the original, it's a beast that feeds on salt. It's like a bag a week, and I want to get something that's more economical. But when I was in the process of piping all my condensate pipelines and things for my hot water heater, I temporarily disconnected the one from my water softener to the drain, and I just kind of set it on the floor, and it didn't, for some reason I had equated the water softener with the water heater, and the water heater wasn't connected, so I thought, oh, I don't have anything to worry about. But I guess last night about midnight, my water softener started recharging and flooded my basement, and it was. And at first I just thought, what in the world? Did something break? A pipe break or whatever? And then after I was about cleaned it up, I turned off the water because I didn't know where the water was coming from. And I would spend a couple hours from. I got off work at 12:30, so about 12:30 to 3 in the morning, I was shop vacuuming that, and luckily, I guess it was the inspiration. A few months ago, Costco had a special on the DeWalt, what do they call it, shop vac, wet dry vac. Oh my heavens, that was so, I didn't think of it at first. I was sitting there trying to mop things up with some chamois cloths or something, and I thought, oh, hold it, I recently bought that shop vac. Oh man, and that sucked up the water so fast. That was such a good thing to have, and I suggest every family have one of those shop vacs. Man, if you get water in your basement, that sucks it up faster than you can say supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. So anyways, by the morning, the floor was completely dry, and no harm, no foul. I mean, some things are still wet down there, but I'll check that out. But that's a warning to you if you're doing your hot water heater. Don't neglect your water softener. That thing will, whether it's hooked up to the water heater or not, that thing, if it's plugged in, will continue to recharge and spit water up all over your floor. So that was a DIY fail on my part. But anyways, it's gone now. It's 8 minutes. I'll leave it at that. But it's great to be in warm water and back to modern conveniences. Oh man, I'm gonna love this. Rinnai, it's a Japanese brand. Rinnai was their jingle back in Japan. It was always constantly when we lived in Japan, commercials on television, and I would hear that jingle, Rinnai. But anyways, I've seen some reviews that say it's the best one available, best company for tankless water heaters available in America. I don't know about that, but I got mine on Amazon for $1,200, and probably saved me about $1,000 from what the home warranty guy that they sent over to say he was going to repair it. Probably saved $1,000 from that, and then $3,000 or $4,000 on the install. So I'm sitting pretty. Now I'm ready to tackle my insert fireplace, my gas insert fireplace. Maybe not right away, but so. Anyways, I'm rambling here, but DIY especially if you have more more time than money to work on these things. You can figure it out. And I want to shout out to all the people that inspired me and gave me the confidence to do this, including first and foremost a guy named Josh in Bountiful Lows, the guy there in Bountiful Lows. I think he's the pay manager now, but I'm probably gonna get rained on. And then all the Rinnai guy on YouTube. I watched practically every video he has on this stuff, and he's a guy from Boston. I really enjoyed his videos. And he'd always say, "Bob's your uncle." Do this, do that, do this, the other thing, and then Bob's your uncle. I guess it's a phrase from Boston. And then there's the Tankless, another guy, several good videos. I can't remember the Tankless guy or the Tankless tip guy, or one who showed in great detail of a home install of a tankless water heater. They were so invaluable to me. For this reason, I love YouTube. Censorship I don't love, but I do love the DIY stuff. They are so great. It's given me so much confidence. And, so shout out to all you guys that are doing the yeoman's work. Anyways, I just can't thank YouTube enough, or these guys on YouTube enough, for their videos, taking the time to put these. And one guy was so detailed, he just and that was a great thing. So anyways, that's enough for now. Bye bye.